picked up this 2013 Chevy Cruze for free. Yeah, for free, all right? It had a ton of problems. How we got it, blown head gasket, timing chain issues, timing was off, a ton of codes. This car was ready for the junkyard, but we fixed it up, and now we're getting ready to sell it for a profit and make some money. Now we're gonna go into a little bit of backstory, how we got this car and how we got it for free. We had to do a ton of work on this motor. We got this car from someone that wanted work done. They noticed rough running. We went and looked at it. Coolant was getting into the oil, and the timing was off. It had multiple engine codes. Quoted them a price. Upon after tear down of the motor, it ended up being more cash than we thought. We told him it was going to be more in labor price, but he said he didn't have the money right now, and he just wanted to part ways with the car. What we ended up doing is offering him a fair trade. He wouldn't have to pay us any labor, and we'd take the car because he said he was going to scrap it, and scrap price would probably only pay him $300-400 for the car. That's how we got this thing for free. Unfortunately, this car was also a pain in the booty cheeks to work on, all right? So timing this engine was really tricky. There are no marks on any of the cam gears or the crank gear, all right? What you have to do is you have to buy special tools that slip into the back of the cams and then into the crank to lock everything in place. What we also unfortunately did is after we did all that, it was all lined up. It was off by ever so slightly, and these ECMs, they detect that. So we were throwing cam crank correlation codes, and that's not good. So unfortunately, we had to take all this back apart. After we took it all back apart, we were able to retime everything. That went smooth. If you're ever working on this, you need them tools, all right? So in here, what did we all do? I have a few videos of us kind of showing you a little bit of what's going on, but not much because that's boring and you don't want to watch that. But we replaced the engine head gasket. We replaced the timing chain, the guides, the tensioner, all up in there. So this whole cover had to come off. It was leaking a ton of oil. We dropped the oil pan, got all the oil leaks fixed. Running really good now. There is one problem. We did notice coming here, this coolant line right here is leaking. It's got a puncture in the line. So we just have to quick fix that before we're ready to sell it. But overall, it is a solid running car. We'll take you on a test drive when we go. Like I mentioned briefly, when we brought it here, it was at my buddy's place because he's got a bigger yard and whatnot. We noticed the coolant was really low and we were leaking coolant. It is coming from this hose. We'll show you where it's coming from, but we're going to pop this hose off and show you how we're going to quick and easy fix that. So if you look right there, this is where we're pissing from. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut this hose back a little bit because we have extra, and then we're just going to reclamp it up here. Just using a razor blade, try to cut this. So as you can see right there, we're cracked and ripped right there. You got the clamp back on there, and now all we have to do is just top her off with a bit of coolant. Now that the mechanical side of things are done, we have to deep clean this thing, and man, it is nasty in here. We cleaned out all the garbage, but look at this. There's mold growing in there, a ton of food and McDonald's fries. I mean, this thing is gross. As you could expect for an older car, someone that kind of neglects it. But man.
2 hours later.
But look at that. So here she is, me and my buddy. We just spent a few hours detailing it with little supplies, and I found out my pressure washer just took a dump. There's the dog. Coda. Hey. Hi. But here she is. What we're going to do to, in the rear, there's a couple scuffs. We were thinking of repainting it, but I'm going to do my method of just coloring it in with this paint pen. But look at that. It's almost like a brand new car. Now we're gonna hop in the Cruze, take it on a test drive, make sure everything works good. Driving the Cruze, everything's going pretty good. We did notice there was 2 vacuum leaks. So we quick got those done with. We heard a hissing sound, and luckily we got our master tech right here that solved those problems. But we're going to try getting her up to speed on a county road. We're going to go on the freeway, but I'm just fretting we're going to get pulled over because we don't got plates or nothing. So we're just going to try to open it up and see how she does. All right, we don't have any check lights yet, And we made it to Quickie Lube here. We're gonna fill it up because we're on E. We're gonna put like, I don't know, like 10, 15 bucks in just to get it probably about to half. That'll be good for the cell. Will he do it? Will he do it? Nice. All right, so we're on the freeway, doing about 77. She's driving really good. No like clunks, noises, lights, you know, nothing like that yet, but I think it'll be pretty good when we go to sell it. We're on the way back to my house now. We're gonna take a bunch of quality photos. We'll show you how to do that. Then after that, we're also gonna go in, figure out how much we're gonna price this sucker at to get the most. Then we list it on Marketplace, and then we'll get the interaction whenever we get someone to come down and look at it. And let's put some cash in our pocket. Side. We're just cleaning off them brakes here. We're gonna take pictures. We want a good, well-lit area. This is very well-lit. All right. Here, bring it in over here. Look at that. That looks like a good photo right there. What we're gonna do is take pictures of the corners of the car and kind of do like a walk around. So first, we're gonna hit it just like that. We're gonna come over here, get one of just the front, and then this corner. And now we're just gonna walk around the car doing that completely. So we're gonna do a side shot, do a rear corner shot. We're figuring out what to price the car for. We're asking chat, as well as KBB has it, I think, rather on the low side, comparing comps with similar listings on Marketplace. Well, I just sent chat a little prompt, you know, saying what the car is, maintenance done, you know, everything, whatnot. We're gonna see what she spits out here. Okay, so this is what chat said. Chat said, you know, it's in good condition. We're doing everything right. Of course, we are. We're the goats. However, I don't know about these prices. 5.5, I think, is a little steep, really. Even this, I think, is a little steep. I mean, KBB says 32. I'm thinking we're going to try probably 46 because we can always go lower, but, you know, I don't know how these are really comparing here. Although there are a lot of maintenance done to this, but it gives me about, you know, pretty much what to list. I'm going to change up the description and show you kind of what we do with that. Here's the Facebook Marketplace ad. Get good quality, well-lit photos. That's the key to selling anything on Marketplace. They'll push the ad out more if it's like that. And then I have a basic description in here. Looking really good, good for the sale. After posting on Facebook, buyers came the next day, looked at it, took it on a test drive, and loved it. It hasn't even been 24 hours, all right? Facebook Marketplace listing went up live last night. I want to say around 7 o'clock. I just finished selling the car today, made 4,100 big ones, all right? They were negotiating. I don't have that on film, unfortunately. They offered me 42. They're like, I'll come now. And I was like, sold. And then they came, and there was whatever. They offered me 4. I said, no, I'm not going to take 4. They said 41. It was for their son. I was like, sure. So what did I make? All right. 4,100 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was the cost of repairs. All profit, baby.